Good morning, everybody. Let me fix my hair. Let me fix it. Yeah, do I look all right, everybody? Yeah, about as good as I can get.
Put the hat back.
Put the hat back on. I'm taking the hat off.
I'm just kidding.
I'm about tired of my hat. Tired of my hat. Y'all, if y'all didn't get over there and see Janice at Where to Begin Homestead, she starts her lives at 8 o'clock Central Time. She had the trivia going, y'all. I guessed every one of them right. The cards wasn't right. I mean, obviously some of them they didn't know the answer in the game, but I got them all right because I don't make mistakes. I get all the answers right. Just ask my wife; she will tell you. She will tell you I get all the answers correct. But this morning, I don't know where I'm at. I live in South Mississippi. I mean that I know that technically, unless I've zoned out and gone to an alternate world somewhere. But they're predicting like it to get in the teens for not just overnight one night, for like 2 or 3 nights in a row, 3, 4 nights in a row. I don't know how many nights in a row. A bunch of nights in a row. Too many nights in a row. This is South Mississippi, y'all. They're talking wind chill factor 0 degrees. 0. That means nothing. But it still means cold. It's cold. I can't imagine. Look, I know I'm fussing, I'm complaining about it, and I can't imagine what you folks that up are a little bit north of us. I can't imagine how y'all handle all this mess. I can't. I see old T Hand Tracy up. I don't see how you handle the cold like you do. I was watching Evan at the North Branch, tromping around in the snow and all that. And I'm like, I can't handle all that. And he was just kind of running around in shorts, knocking down snow here and there, pulling snow off the trees so they wouldn't lean over so much. Anyway, I just don't understand this weather stuff, but it's what it is, isn't it? It's what it is. Y'all, let me tell you something. My daughter, Charity, Momming with Charity, I'm going to tell you, I've kind of alluded to it a time or two. Back several months ago, her and her husband split up. And they're not divorced. They're just separated. And it's been several months. She's moved out, got her a full-time job. She just got her a trailer she's living in. She was living with my wife's brother forever. And that just don't ever work out. I mean, it does. I mean, nobody was complaining or nothing, but you know how it is when you just can't move in 2 kids into a family and all that. And so, I mean, it wasn't convenient. I'll put it that way. So she moved out and she finally got her trailer. She moved into her trailer and she's finally got that going. And, but she put off YouTubing forever. Understandably, she had a lot going on, and y'all seen, if you've been watching any time at all on this channel, especially lives and stuff, you see my grandkids always running in and out, and a lot of that's the reason why, because we've had to take care of them, we've had to pick them up, we had to do this, we had to do that. A lot of very, very busyness going on, but she started going to try and start making some videos again and getting out and redoing her YouTube channel a little bit. And I know I'm trying to get her into more of the homesteading community, but she likes that cleaning, and which she don't really bake cakes that much anymore. She used to bake cakes and decorate them and all that. And there's an avenue for that out here on YouTube, but I mean, it's not for me. I'm not that much on it, but I watch it because she's my daughter. But the community that we're in has a little bit more a lot more. I mean, they got cooking and stuff. She does that kind of things, but and I don't know where she's living now. She can have chickens and stuff, all that. But anyway, I've just said all that to tell y'all this, that she's kind of back, and I'm going to try and get her, help her, support her a little bit, and get her back going, get her back, get her back on track, if you will. And I'm hoping all that'll work out. I mean, who knows? The name of her channel is Momming with Charity. Momming with Charity. MOMMING with Charity. CHARITY. And when she has time, now she works all the time. She works during the day, and but I'm going to try and find a time where maybe I can get her back on the live. Now she was here last week because her kids were sick, or one of her children were sick, so she was home. So she hopped on the live last Tuesday. And anyway, I appreciate all y'all coming in. Let me get back up here real quick. I always get so far behind, and I know some of people probably leave before I ever mention who they are, but I appreciate y'all coming in. Hey, Paul, PSB Odyssey, I always appreciate you coming in. Friend Jesse over there in Houston, him and Lisa, good folks over there, y'all. Go check them out. There's a friend Cody over there in Texas. Cody, I went hunting. You'd be disappointed in me. I'll get to that in a minute. Hey, D. Heidi ho, homestead neighbor. Very Merry Christmas. Very Merry Christmas to you. There's a friend Vincat. He's got a lot going on. There's Byron. Good morning. Man with the big heart. Tiny Tim Posey. Always good to see Tiny Tim. And Scott, friend up there in Canada. Belinda was wanting to know if I had your address, and I said I do not have his address. And I said I was going to try and get it, but I haven't. So if you think about it, maybe you could shoot me an email or something, or I maybe Jesse can text it to me. I think Jesse probably has it. He can probably text it to me. Anyway, if we don't get your card, Merry Christmas. It's our Abundant Life. Good morning. Appreciate you coming. Boy, I like that logo there. Got I guess that's a beach. It looks like palm trees or something. I don't have the best eyesight in the world, but it looks kind of beachy looking. Looks like where I want to be. There's our girl, Janice. She just got through with her live, and she had a good live this morning. She's always super nice, and you can't help but like old Janice. There's our friend Katie over there in California. There's everybody's friend Rebecca. Hey, we was sporting them hats. Went to the camp. Hey, Annette, good to see you. Good evening. Yeah, good evening over there. Things are getting Hey, I'm telling you, we're not used to that cold, Scott. Yeah, they were all debatable. If they didn't agree with me, they were wrong. I'm just telling you. I'm just saying. Good morning, Tracy. Good to see you up there. We're going to have a low of 9 on Friday morning. There's our friend William from South Mississippi. It's wet outside. Yes, it's wet. Hey there, Carrie. Carrie. I still don't know how. I think it's Keri. It's Carrie. I know I'm spelling it wrong, but that's the way it's going to be done for all eternity at the Lee household. At least Chuck. Belinda, she'll figure it out. She'll do it right. I don't do it. I get stuck on something. I got to stay with. It's supposed to be a low of 1 degree. Like what? Say what? What you talking about, Willis? -2? That's just crazy talk. Crazy talk right there, y'all. I can only know how to do is keep animals where it snows and freezes for months. You know, I was Michael from MB Heritage Homestead. He put out a video on chickens and the temperature of chickens, and you know, people worry about them. He said chickens, if I remember right, their internal temperature, like ours is 98.6, is normal. Theirs is like 107 or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but I mean it was a good bit higher. And they have 3 layers of feathers, down, plume, something or another. It's been a while. It's been a few weeks since I watched it. But he says they can withstand the cold. I mean, unless it gets down to 0 degrees or whatever for a sustainable long period of time, they can withstand the cold. He said, now you do want to have cover over them so they don't get frostbite on their combs, because frostbite, it gets in there and then it gets infected, and then it causes them all kind of trouble. It can kill them, or on their feet or wherever. I don't know enough about chickens, but he did encourage me, especially here in South Mississippi, because we don't have that much cold weather. I was always worried about it, you know, when it got 32 degrees, 30 degrees, something. I was like, oh, my chicken's going to die. He said, no, they can handle that cold. They can handle the cold. Just have them where they have a shelter they can get under where the frost don't get them. And I thought that, check it out, MB Heritage Homestead. He knows his chickens, folks. There's a friend way up there in Wisconsin, I believe, Loki Trapping Adventures. And tell your wife, I missed the live, the happy birthday live, but happy birthday. Did I say hello to Byron? I think I did. He said, good morning. He did say good morning. I'm hurrying through here. Hey, Amber, Merry Christmas to you. Happy New Year. All the way from Colorado. I imagine it's cold over there. You hear me talk about a little cold. Y'all got probably feet of snow. Feet of snow. I didn't even know snow had feet. But they do. Because they keep saying, got feet of snow. Feet of snow. Hey there, Tony Joni. Good to see y'all. I imagine y'all were I'm so far behind. So you miss 1 week here and there, and a lot happens at Creekside Maples because they're trying to get everything ready. I mean, they had to move and pretty much start over, so they've had a lot going on. So you miss a week with Creekside Maples, you missed a lot. But it's good to see y'all. Appreciate y'all coming in. There's our friend David, Rustic Outdoors. I think, hey, I sure appreciate you sharing that. You always good about sharing, and I do appreciate that very, very much. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with her hair. Y'all, I'm old school. I'm like, if your hair turns gray, let it turn gray. If it turns loose, let it turn loose. I'm not, I don't know. Has anyone seen Danny Days? Is Danny Days? I'll be honest with you, David. I have not. I've seen her around here and there. I mean, it's not like she's quit. Jesse would probably know more about that. But there's another one that I had a question about. Is Shane? Did I miss? I know I kind of zoned out for a little bit with YouTube because of so many things going on. But Shane, Great Farmer Freelance, I hadn't seen him in forever. I tried to look him up a while ago. I couldn't even find his channel a while ago because I was thinking about it. And I said, well, maybe I'm just not getting notifications or something. And I don't know. Some of y'all may know about what's going on. So I don't know. Shoving out from a 3-day, bless your heart. I hate that. I hate that for you. There's Pooch. Everybody needs a friend named Pooch. Passing through, hit the like button. I appreciate you slipping on through here and clicking it while you're here. Let me see. I don't know. Waving a ball. Hey, that sunshine means the world when it's cold, don't it? Don't you though? she is she's just a friendly, nice person. That's all we got. That's all. I say her and Byron are the two nicest people on YouTube. Um, Saying hello. Hey there, Linda. Good to see you. Appreciate you coming in, being a part. Which reminds me, I know you're always over there with Shannon and Sherry. Shannon and Sherry, I think they have their Chatterbox Gals at 12 today. So let's remember that. Shoveling snow out of the house. Hopefully we'll get the roof on. So yeah, that would help. Keep snow out. Let's see. So freezing up to Christmas one for us. Yeah, I don't. Y'all are. That's just crazy. Going up to Texarkana Wednesday, but I'll be back for all that cold weather moves in. Boy, I hope you do get back, William. That's I'd hate to drive in that mess. That's what I worry about. I worry about the ice. I don't like driving on ice. I used to live in Tennessee, and I never liked driving on ice up there, especially that black ice that you can't see. It's scary. I'm not good at it. I'm not used to it. 105. That must be the temperature of the chickens. I'm just assuming. Our chickens are fine at -30. They are in our barn. We give them warm water. That's it. Okay. Smash it. It's -8 right now Celsius. So I have no clue what that means in Fahrenheit because I never did learn all that Celsius stuff. Hey, Roberta. Good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. I would love to let my chickens loose, but my dogs would eat them. They would eat them. Hello, Twisted Art Lady. Good to see you. Twisted Art. She's from Dallas, Texas. It's going to get cold up there, I imagine, too. I've been through Dallas a couple times. I went from Houston to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I don't know if we went through that, but we went up through there close enough where we got into a bunch of traffic. And then Oklahoma City. My wife's been over there a time or two, but I don't travel that much. I'm not a traveler. My wife is the traveler. Good morning, Gathered Together Homestead. It's so good to see you. Always good to see our friends Glenn and Jessica. They're from Missouri, the Show Me State. Excuse me. Good morning, Shannon. Good to see you. I don't know how far behind I am. I shouldn't be. I have some beautiful chrome hair. There you go. But Charity, she calls it a conditioner and all that, and I guess maybe I don't really care, to be honest with you. I don't really care. You can put your hair whatever color you want it. I'm just, I guess, back in the day, we didn't have a lot of that as far as I know. And then change come along. And I'm not good with change, y'all. I'm just not. I like things to stay the same. It takes me forever. I got these phones, and everybody says, man, your phone is, well, hey, I know how to use it. I know how to call from it. I know how to text from it. I'm just now learning how to get on YouTube on it, but I don't know how to I don't know how to share and all that kind of stuff with it. So if I'm watching YouTube live on my phone, I don't comment a whole lot because I hate mashing them little buttons. I'm a fuddy-duddy. I know, they are. Shane be gone? He ain't on here no more. Oh, I almost slipped right past Teresa, y'all. How in the world did I do that? I got a nice Christmas card from Teresa. I got several. I hadn't got them all out because Belinda keeps them somewhere. But I did get Teresa's Christmas card, and I appreciate that. So I appreciate you thinking about us, Teresa. That's so nice. I said I was getting close to the bottom. Hey, Stephen. Hey, Stephen's going to do his live Friday, Wednesday, 5 o'clock, Mr. Boots Help Desk. Be there or be square. Be there or be square. I don't know how far down. I don't know how far I am from the bottom. I got something to tell y'all. It's not very interesting, but I got something. Hey, Tony, yeah, get after it. Get that roof on there. We're expecting to be very cold like this. Yeah, I imagine y'all are up there. No, that's Dallas. Amber, who was from the Colorado? Was that y'all? I can do donuts on ice. It's fun. No, it's not. It's not for me. I'm kind of scared. Hey, I imagine it is pretty cold. Hey, look at y'all. Just hang right there. Hang right there. Whoops. That come off. Look at what Bunky sent me. That's cocoa. Cocoa, and it's got instructions on how to make it. I've already made it. I've already made a little bit. Me and my son, me and old Paul, we got the, and they sent Belinda a couple of items too. That was, got to get my chair back over here so I can prop my feet up. And they had their live last night, and I was watching. I just wasn't commenting because I was on my phone, and I hate typing on the phone. It just drives me crazy to do that. Hey there, Music Logic. Y'all want to learn how to cook? Just simple. I mean, he makes it look simple. Let me put it that way. But he's got some good recipes over there on his channel, Music Logic. I guess I'm getting down to the bottom, y'all. I guess. I don't know. Hey, Coastal. Good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. There's our friend Phil up there in Indiana, Nashville, Indiana. There's Joy Blessed Life. Good to see you, Joy. I think I finally got all them holiday blessing 22 gifts sent off, and they should have got them by now, I hope. Baroque Cowgirl. Hey, Gwen. Good to see you. I was wanting to tell y'all something, and I just keep getting sidetracked. 10 degrees. I imagine so. Yeah, I can't. I don't know how to tag on it. I don't even know if you can. But the way life has been here lately, I'm Belinda's chauffeur. I go every, and not just her chauffeur, but now I got to take care of everything as far as going to town, picking up groceries, picking up, doing all the business stuff, business side, having to do all that. Y'all, I don't know what I'd do without her. I really don't. I just these last 3 or 4 weeks that she's been down, I have realized how much I depend on her, and it's kind of scary how much I depend on her. But she's getting better day by day. Yeah, I know it's a short trip. Hey, y'all be careful, Glenn and Jessica and baby Chuck, Jesse, or Jesse Chuck, Jesse Charles, I think is what we determined, because they are having a boy. They're having a boy, and I think me and Jesse has done determined that the name is going to be Jesse Charles. Jesse Charles. That's what we're going with anyway. Cody is still in here. All right, hey y'all, I'm down at the bottom. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah. You wish your husband would talk to you about, hey, look, I ain't ashamed. My wife is my backbone. I don't know what to do. Yeah, pick up your food for you. Yeah. Baby's name is Rhett Edward Jesse Charles. Rhett, Edward, Jesse, Charles. That has a ring to it. I don't think they're gonna do that for us. But anyway, Rhett, Edward. Well, hey, look, congratulations, and I hope everything. What is it, April? I can't keep up with everybody's having babies nowadays. Everybody's got a baby coming along. Hey, good morning, DC Outdoor. DC, is that Dan? Dan? I won't say Dan. I'm going to call you Dan. If that's your name, I hope it is. That's what I'm going to call you. It's good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. Now, I've come to a conclusion, y'all. I've realized something. Y'all always pick on me about squirrel. I get distracted. This, that, and that. And that's true. I will concede that. I concede that I do have a bad squirrel problem. But I've learned something that I don't know if it's so much squirrel, and it can be squirrel, but I've learned something that I can only focus on one thing at a time. Does that make sense? In other words, that I get if I'm doing something, I can't do something else. I can't multitask that good. I've got to do one thing at a time. And I have a problem with that because, like, when I'm into YouTube, I'm into YouTube. I can't do nothing else. And I got to be careful with that because if I get too involved with it, then I let everything else kind of slide. So I've got to learn how to delegate, if you will. But I noticed that I used to be real into hunting. I mean, deer hunting, turkey hunting. I mean, it was all the time. I could not go hardly without a day without thinking about it or doing it. And then I realized, hey, I'm just getting too involved in this. I'm not having. But I couldn't focus. I had to focus on that one thing. I got into fishing, and I kept a fishing pole in my truck all the time. I would stop off on the side of the highway and fish something just because. I mean, but that I was focused on that. Got into woodworking, building furniture and stuff, and that's all I could think about. And then I got into refinishing furniture because then I got into wood lathing, and then I got into this. But it's just one thing at a time. One thing at a time. Now, if I can just do that one thing, then I do it pretty good. But I leave off other stuff. Does that make sense? I've seen our friends Doug, and Carolyn, and Daniel pop in somewhere. Hey there, good to see you. Appreciate y'all popping in on us. I know y'all probably got some cold weather. There's Old Man King Homestead. Good to see you. Oh, I almost passed that up. Loki needs just 2 more to reach 800 subs. Get him there. Get him there. Spaceman Dudley. Good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. Yeah, I'm at 860 something. When I finally reach 900, I'm gonna bug y'all to death. I am. I'm gonna bug y'all to death. Share me out. Get me out there. Get me over 1,000. Because it's been a long ride to get this far, and I'm ready to top that hump. I've noticed something when people get 1,000 and then they get 2,000, 3,000, 2,000, 3,000. I mean, people, I guess when you're there, you're excited about it. To me, I don't pay attention to it after that. 80,000, I don't pay attention to it, to what people have unless they're just real huge. But getting that 1,000 is, when I get over 900, when I finally reach that 900 and get over it, then I'm going to be bugging y'all to death. Y'all get me over. Help me out. Help a brother out. Help a brother out. One track mind. That's it. Yep. That's me, Joy. I can only focus on what's in front of me. That's the truth. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. I done got way behind on best way to get over 1K. Hit that like and share. That's right. That's right. And I find myself I don't want to get so close and then get sidetracked because I want to get that. I want to get it. But this is Christmas time. Got a lot of stuff going on, and so it's kind of hard to stay focused on just YouTube stuff. Hey, Brampton, Rochelle, good to see you. Always like to see Rochelle. If y'all don't know Rochelle, y'all gotta check Rochelle. I really like her. Thank you, Katie. Appreciate that. Yeah, we go up and lose, and that. I mean, that's just the nature of it. But and that's fine as long as you have a constant growth eventually. I don't know, Rochelle, if I do or not. I hadn't checked all that. I don't get my lives, especially here lately. They hadn't been that long. But I try and do at least one a week, and they're an hour. And when I get when I get that 1,000, if I still need my 4,000 hours, I'm going to do some of them marathon lives, and I'm going to get Jesse to help me with it. We're going to go live, and we're just going to go live all day long. And no, I don't know if I do. Good content. Wait a minute. Good. I got to have good content too. That ain't right. That's not fair. Y'all, you got me distracted again. I was going to tell you, I went to the camp. Y'all, Belinda gave me the best birthday present that I could ever have. Yeah, we talked about it, Spaceman Dudley, but I here lately, it's just, things got to calm down a little bit around here before I can do a whole lot. See, I done got distracted again. Oh, Belinda gave me the best birthday present ever. She arranged it where we could go up to the camp. My buddy has a camp on the Big Black River, and I've been going up there for over 30 something years. Well, back then it was just me and him. And we would go up there and we'd leave at midnight, kids doing what kids do. And even early on, but when me and him started having children, we still would go, and when they was old enough, we'd bring them up there. But as our families grew and got older, then we didn't have as much time to do all that together. And so it's very rare that me and old Paul get to spend any time alone, because there's always somebody around. So my wife set it up where me and her and Paul and Melissa, Paul's wife, Melissa, could go up to the camp and spend a couple of days and not have anybody else there, not have any of the other kids just come in. Well, I heard you were coming to the camp, so I was going to come. No, because now our kids got kids, and it's not, you can't have any time because you've got to entertain them. You know what I'm saying? You've got to take care of them. And so she got me this little trip, and we went up there, and I really wasn't in the hunting mood. It was a good thing because the woods were flooded. We had a lot of rain, and they got a holler, and it was flooded. But we did get out in the canoe. We went paddled up through the holler in the canoe since it's a lot of water in there. Got to see wood ducks and squirrels and coons, and just not any deer. Didn't see any deer. But I didn't care. Look, the first morning, we got there Thursday night, got up Friday morning. I didn't even get up Friday morning to go hunting. I got up, I woke up about 6 something, but I just laid in bed and piddled around, got up, got around, didn't do a whole lot. Me and Paul finally got out in the woods probably about 9 o'clock. And we just went out there and sat. And we was just, it was just to get together. Best birthday present ever, y'all. Best birthday present ever. Didn't do a whole lot. Sat around the fire, visited, talked, cooked, caught up, all that kind of stuff. But let me tell you, my friend Paul, he's I call him a mathematical genius. He denies it because he's got his master's in mathematics, and he qualified to get his PhD, and he was going to get his PhD, and he got up in all that and realized that it was way out of it. He said people that are getting their PhD, he said they're not normal people. They're people that's it's just different, especially in the mathematical world. And he could have done it. He may have. I can't remember if he got his PhD or not. I know he passed all that and passed all the exams and everything. He's very, very smart. I'm just saying all that to say he's very, very smart mathematically. And he's always been that way. But he relates it to the spiritual things, to God and all that, because it's very spiritual. And he was telling me one time about, it's kind of hard to understand an eternal God, what's always been, always hadn't been. And the way I've always explained that, I don't know. I can't explain it. But I also can't explain if you left this earth right here and you just went straight up, where would you end up? It just keeps going and going and going, right? And you say, well, no, it could end up there. Well, let me ask you something. If somewhere up there in space and you're going up and it ends, space ends, what's on the other side? It just keeps going and going and going and going and going. You can't explain that. I can't explain that. And so, therefore, I don't have to explain God. I don't have to explain an eternal God, because these simple things I can't explain. But he was explaining math, using math. And he was talking about this math. He loves math because it's absolute. It's not, hey, Danny, somebody was asking about you a while ago. There she is, whoever was asking. There's Danielle. Infinity and beyond. But anyway, mathematically can be proven. It's 2 + 2 is always going to be 2. It's always going to be 2. But mathematically, on the graph, you can get a graph, and it will never touch the line. It don't matter. Let me just give you an example. We all think we know what infinity is. It just goes on and on and on. Well, there's infinity between any number, like between 1 and 2. There's the same amount of numbers between 1 and 2 as there is between 1 and 1,000. It don't make much sense, but you think about it. It's an infinite amount of numbers in between any number. 1/4 and 1/2. There's the same amount of numbers in between 1/4 and 1/2 as there is between 1 and 1,000. The same amount of numbers. It's mathematically proven. It's an absolute proof. He was telling me, hey, Cindy Brown, good to see you. 2 + 2 isn't 2. It's 4. Yeah, I don't know what I said. I'm sure I said 2. Anyway, you understand what I'm talking about. But he was saying it's mathematically proven that this is the case. So between any number is an infinite amount of numbers. And he was describing that. Another thing he was describing mathematically to relate to the spiritual world, you know how they got the graphs, the x-axis and the y-axis, and you do these functions. If you went to school, if you had any math class, you know what I'm talking about. They graph out these equations, and sometimes the equation is a straight line. Sometimes it's kind of a parabola or a curve or whatever. Sometimes, whatever it might be. Sometimes it's an oval. Anyway, it can be graphed out on the graph. He said there, and I can't remember what he called it. Some of you math geeks, you probably know what it is. There's a name for it. He said, but there's also a way that when you're doing what you can see, there's a parallel graph that's the exact same thing that's unseeable. And I'm like, that is amazing. That's amazing. So you're seeing, it's like, people seeing God in the flesh, Jesus come to earth, the birth of Christ, Christmas time, and all that. You've seen me, you've seen God. It was a physical picture of something that you can't see. Very, very unique, very amazing. But what I was getting at is, I know this is just fascinating, y'all. I know it's just fascinating. It fascinates me. He asked me a question. He said, now, if you had a number line 2,000 miles long, 0 to whatever the number is, 2,000 miles from here. He said, you have rational numbers, which are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1/2, 1/4, one. It's numbers that come basically to a conclusion, if you will. He said you have rational numbers and you have irrational numbers, and we probably the only ones we know of is like pi, 3.14. And they use these equations to get areas of circles and all different things. But he said, if you had to guess, if you had to separate them, take this 2,000 miles of numbers and separate them and put over here all the rational numbers and over here all the irrational numbers. He said, what percentage or how much of the line would the rational numbers take up? He said, would it take up like half or quarter or eighth or whatever? I said, well, I'm sure it'd take up a very small amount, because an irrational number like pi just goes on and on and on and on. There is no end, right? And so you take all the irrational numbers, there is no ending to just one number. And I said, so he said it'd have to be pretty small. And he made a statement. He said it comes up to 0. All the rational numbers, the numbers that you and I use, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, when we're measuring weight, when we're measuring distance, when we're any numbers that we use, he said it basically comes up to 0. He said it don't matter if the line is a gazillion miles long, it's still the amount of rational numbers is going to basically amount to 0. And the irrational numbers is going to fill up the entire number line. I know that may not interest you, may not make sense to you, but he said it's your very basic person that goes into math as to get a degree. They know this. This is something that, that's like math 101 to them. And, but he said, what you and I use is pretty much 0% of what's out there on the number line. And of course, he was relating it to a spiritual aspect. He said, what we see is just the rational numbers. It's 0% of what's out there in the spiritual world. And the reason we got on that was talking about the spiritual, the power, the pitch, the power of the air and all that. How did I get off on all that? I'm over here talking. I don't know. I'm sure y'all are zoning out by now. That's called faith. Yeah. Infinite space between every value. That's right. It's amazing. And it blows my mind. There you go. 1 + 1 = 2. There you go. But isn't it pretty cool to think about it? To that we know, that we use, that we implement in life comes up to 0% on a number line. And the number line is filled out in stuff that we don't hardly ever use. It's pretty amazing, folks. Pretty amazing. That's about all I got for you. Is there still life form created by God that hasn't been discovered? Hey, yeah. There's so much stuff we don't know. We don't know. I have done gone into deep thought. I don't know how deep it was. My deepness don't go too far. But look, y'all, it took you to add 2 + 2, a 20-minute number chat. But it comes up to 0 on the number line, Scott. 0. Yeah, 1 + 1 = 2. All right, I get it. Yeah, I went off on a tangent. All right, Andale comes on at Andale comes on next at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock Central Time. Make sure you get over there and check her out. I don't know about Danny. I didn't see if she has hers at 11, but I like I said, I've been kind of out of pocket, so I'm not real sure how all this works out. But if she's on at 11 Central Time, make sure you're there. I know she's been doing something else on another day, but I get confused. I'm not good with change, y'all. I'm just not. I try change and I don't like it. I'm not good. It's not that I don't like it. I'm just not good at it. It's your life. You can tangent all day. God is unfathomable. That's right. Well, look, y'all get over there and check out Ann. And I mean, who doesn't like Ann? Everybody likes Ann. Get over there and check out Danny. Who doesn't like Danny? Get over there and check out Shannon and Sherry. Who doesn't like Shannon and Sherry? Tony and Joni will be on tonight. Southern Bless will be on tonight. There's just, I mean, it's just a world of people that you could speak to and support their lives. Let me get up here. I've seen something. Lorna is here listening also. Hey, Lorna, appreciate you stopping by and listening. We love everyone. I do too. I appreciate y'all. I really do. My twin sisters, her name's Shannon and Sherry. We do too, Janice. It's a good community. It seemed like that we have somehow fell into. But y'all have a good day. Y'all stay warm. Make sure your pipes are insulated, and y'all think of us people down here in South Mississippi not used to this cold. I know you will. And Merry Christmas. If I don't see y'all, Merry Christmas. And I hope all of y'all have such a fantastic week. God bless. We'll talk to y'all later.